Welcome to day 2 of our trip to Portarlington for the National Celtic Festival. We've arrived in Geelong. So behind me you can see the dock there. The sun hasn't risen yet. It's still quite dark and a little bit cool as expected. But it's been a good journey. We got some sleep during the night. Cabin turned out to be pretty comfortable, and we'll dock in about, let me see, probably about 10 minutes from now we'll be docked. And then I just learned that we are the last floor that will be able to take our cars out. So we're on level 1, which will be the final one. So we're probably going to be on board for a bit of a while now. But anyway, I'll give you an update once we hit the land. This is what departure looks like. It's going to take quite a while to get the cars out of here. And our car's facing the wrong way, so we've got a bit of work to do to get out of here. I think we'll probably be the last car to leave the ferry, luckily enough. Anyway, this is the process. Alright, so for the mainlanders watching this video, this might come as a bit of a shock, but the first highlight of our trip is Aldi. Great to get back to here. We do miss Aldi down in Tassie. Hopefully they're going to come sometime in the next few years. They've been talking about it for a while, but this is one of the places we definitely miss. So again, we've got some time to spare on our way across to Portarlington. I might have said Port Angeles earlier, so it's Portarlington we're headed to. We've stopped at a place called the Conaware Marsh, which is a reserve. It's a gorgeous spot. It's about as Australian as you could possibly get. Let me just swing the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing. So looking out across the marsh, and you'll see on the waterway there quite the collection of black swans. Actually, let me zoom in. See the swans out there on the water, and then a beautiful lineup of Aussie eucalypts here. Just a pretty spot. Maybe just head down to the water here if I can. It's a bit sludgy, but just to give you a better view of what I'm seeing here. There's those swans there on the water. I don't think I've ever seen so many black swans in one place. Just brilliant. So we decided to get a better look. We've headed up to the Lake Conaware lookout. The lake is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Let me just swing my camera around. So this is the lake on one side, and then there's a lookout over here. I'll take you around, have a better look at. This takes us out to the lookout here, and it's huge. Certainly bigger than the marshlands we were just looking at. So for those that are curious, this map gives you a sense of where we are, relative to Melbourne. We came in at Geelong here on the ferry, just over here. We've travelled down here, and we're right now, we're down at Lake Conaware. This little area spot here, this is called Tate's Point, and it's a really great view of the wetlands. And they talk quite a lot about the criticality of this wetland here for the survival of these shore birds and so forth. But it's quite large. And really a gorgeous spot. We're literally surrounded by the lake at this point. Let's come down further and get a closer look. Yeah. As you can see, on all sides. That little bird we're just looking at is the superb, fairy wren. Very common to the southeastern states of Australia. We see lots of them down in Tassie and certainly down here in Victoria. They're very, very common. They're a gorgeous little bird. The males are beautiful bright blue. The females are more of a greeny colour. But they're all very cute. Love them. Anyway, heading back up to the car and we'll see where we're going to stop next. This beautiful spot is called Barwon Heads. We're going to go and check out the bluff shortly. But just before we do, this is the beach area. And it's pretty spectacular. And once again, today was supposed to be raining. It was supposed to be a horrible day. It's clearly not. We're being very spoilt. How picturesque is this? We've crossed the other side of the bridge here, and I can't go too far because they've blocked this off. Apparently there's issues with the dunes being damaged, so I can't go down to the beach this way, but just to give you a peek at the surf here. There is actually people down here, interestingly enough. It's definitely a pretty spot. Now for a bigger perspective of Barwon Heads, we've come up here to the Bluff Lookout. It's looking pretty good. How's this for a view? Well, how's about this? Is there a place to stop for lunch, eh? I've stopped again just up the road from St Leonard's at a place called Indented Head. And the reason I've stopped here is that there is a shipwreck here, a boat called the Ozone, which wrecked in about 1920, I think, from my reading. There are apparently about 200 of these shipwrecks in Port Phillip Bay. These are paddle steamers, so what you're seeing, the remnant in the water there is the paddle wheel from this boat. There were quite a few of them here during the late 1800s, early 1900s, with the wealth that came in from the gold rush and other industries in the space. People needed to travel, and so these were the ones that did it. I'd gotta say, if there's 200 wrecks in Port Phillip Bay, this has got to be a diver's picnic ground. It'd be fantastic. Anyway, that's it, the wreck of the Ozone. So we've successfully arrived at Portarlington. We've gotten to the accommodation, fantastic. Caught up with Jack and Ben and family and had some wonderful hugs. It's been too long. And here we are at the beginning of the festival. It's still early, they're still setting things up. The first gig tonight with Claymore, with Ben playing lead, will be 7 o'clock tonight, and then a pretty full three and a half days here. Very excited for the days ahead, and I'll be sending some updates as the event progresses. Just take a look at that sunset there across the water. That's got to be a good omen for a great few days. Just beautiful. Well, I think they're just doing sound checks, but listen to that music. I'm so looking forward to this. Just a little sample of what's to come. Well, it's been one heck of a day one, and it's still going. There's 3 more bands in this particular venue to go on already tonight, and there are so many venues part of this festival, so there's just such a variety of awesome acts. So I'm going to call it a day, and looking forward to day 3.